What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. Here we are at Cars and Coffee Palm Beach at their brand new location here in Boca. Behind me is a beautiful GTR. I had to show you guys this really quickly. Look how crazy this thing is, guys. The most beautiful TE37s. Cool thing about Cars and Coffee is that there's always a huge selection of cars out here. Imports, muscle, classics, antiques, exotics. So I'm gonna do my best to take you guys around the entire show. It's about a little after 10 now, so some of the cars have left so far. I think they start lining up out here from like 6 a.m. so really early. So that means that some of these cars have been here for at least 4 hours at this point. So that may be why there are a few spots empty, but usually this parking lot is super filled, just like every other Cars and Coffee event. So let's go through the show and show you guys some of the cool cars that they have here on display. There's a green GT3 RS. There's just something about the GT3 RS that never ages. That car is truly a timeless design. Beautiful EVO. Next to the R32 GTR. Two JDM classics here. It's crazy to think that these cars are actually JDM classics right now. As we walk this way, Ford GT parked in race mode. Look at the spec on this thing, guys. How crazy is this? One of my favorite parts about the GT, the Ford GT, are these carbon fiber wheels. Loaded with carbon all over, and of course the iconic vanity plate for Le Mans. Check out this GTR right here, guys. How crazy is this thing? 2,000 horsepower is not enough. Whenever you see a GTR with a parachute on the back, you know it's about to be a good day. Guys, check out the spec on this GT3 here. How cool is this thing?
This GT3 was a little bit more special because it was kitted out by a Manthey. If you've never heard of Manthey, they basically turn your Porsche into a track monster. Some of the components of the Manthey kit include these carbon fiber aero discs, carbon fiber wing plates, and a few other components that make your car that much more track focused.
There's one thing for sure, guys. Porsche makes some of the most beautiful cars. Beautiful Acura NSX. Getting ready to roll out here.
And of course, we can't forget about the C6ZR1, one of the most iconic American muscle cars ever made.
Bunch of beautiful C8 Z06s out here. Z06 with the Z07 package here.
And no car show would be complete without a turbocharged Honda Civic. Then I turned around and saw this absolutely gorgeous black EVO VI sitting pretty on a set of bronze TE37s.
I had to stop and show you this beautiful EVO behind me. The TE37s on this car, crazy. How beautiful is this thing? Super clean build. Look to the rear right there. The iconic rally suit. Similar to the Tommy Mäkinen almost. The spec on this STO is crazy, guys. Check this thing out. As you guys know, I have a thing for yellow cars. So this clamshell here all comes off in one piece. Fun fact about the STO. But look at this interior. Carbon fiber everywhere, guys. How insane is this thing? The carbon fiber louvers is crazy. And of course, STO on the front clamshell. This has got to be one of the best spec STOs I've ever seen. And over here, the SVJ Blue Cephas. Once again, a beautiful spec. You know, there's not much better than an SVJ Roadster when it comes to the pinnacle of Lamborghini automobiles. Okay, maybe there is a Centenario and the Veneno and all of those other beautiful hypercars, but just look how beautiful the SVJ Roadster is, guys. Honestly, one of my favorite parts about the SVJ is the exterior, the rear, those center exit exhausts, and the SVJ diffuser reminds me a lot of the Centenario. Some other beautiful STOs over here. Another beautifully spec'd STO. I love this color here. I'm not sure what the color code on this is, but it's not exactly red, it's not exactly orange, it's like a blend between. The exposed carbon on the louvers. And just look at that interior, guys. How beautiful is this thing? The STO is really a driver's car. I'm guessing that's the Akrapovic exhaust. You look through here, you can see all of that burnt titanium. Truly a beautiful car and a beautiful spec on this STO. Absolutely gorgeous. And over here, another beautifully spec'd STO. How crazy is this thing, guys? This Verde Scandal, whatever this color is, under the Florida sun looks amazing. I don't know if you guys can see how crazy that color is in the sunlight. There's just something about the STO. It just literally looks like a race car for the street. Cars and Coffee, Palm Beach, 3 Lamborghini STOs in one spot. Lamborghini Aventador SVJ over there in Blue Cephas. It's beautiful. And as we turn, A12 on these beautiful HRE wheels. Spec on this is beautiful as well. Very subtle, but the yellow calipers, the black wheels, and the blue paint with the racing stripe. The HRE wheels really just set this thing off. Another JDM EVO over here. I believe this is an EVO 4, or maybe it's a 6 actually. I believe it's a 6. How crazy is this thing, guys? I was wrong, actually, it's a 5. Take a look at this super clean Supra on the Yankees. If you know me well, you know that I have a soft spot for the Supras, the MK4 in particular. Just some of the most beautiful cars ever made, and with a little bit of money behind them, they're crazy. Another beautiful lineup of cars here. There we have the OG Tesla Roadster. How beautiful is this thing? The color on this is just crazy. Wow. I've seen a few Roadsters, but none quite like this. The spec on this thing is insane. Lambos are rolling out, guys. I'm gonna guess that exhaust is not factory either. That's the beautiful thing about Cars and Coffee Palm Beach, is you can have an Aventador, an SVJ, and then you turn around and you see a race Fox body.
And then I spotted this beautiful JDM Nissan Cima. But this was no regular Nissan. It had custom fenders, custom wheels, and overall custom everything. And best of all, it's owned by a friend of mine, Nax.
Nax with the vanity plates, the sick vanity plates. I'll tell you something about this guy here, Nax. Everything about his cars are always over the top, and you can see it here with this one as well. Like I said before, Nax and the Forshimine crew always have some of the sickest VIP cars in the nation, definitely in Florida. If you guys have never heard of Forshimane's Garage, definitely check them out on Instagram. They do alignments and suspension work and all of that cool stuff for modified cars, lowered cars. If you haven't, check them out, guys. Tell me this is not one of the sickest Cimas you've ever seen, guys. And look how low this is. I mean, to put this into perspective, guys, that's my hand and that's the side skirt.
This Porsche 550 Speedster recreation was one of the best cars at Cars and Coffee. According to the owner, this car was built by Thunder Ranch in California, who specialized in Porsche recreations. Everything about this car is era correct. The stickers, the color, the seats, just overall a beautiful build. And when you hear this thing fire up, it definitely brings you back to a different time. There was a huge variety of cars in attendance, like the second-gen Viper, and even a Mustang they nicknamed the Stormtrooper, that made sure everyone was on their best behavior.
Another beautiful Porsche built in California.
And just like that, the Speedster was off.
And that's one of the beautiful things about Cars and Coffee Palm Beach.
And then I got distracted, because there was something special rolling through.
Check this donk out, guys. How cool is that? South Florida. That's what it's all about. Beautiful car culture. Check out this wide body Cayman right here, guys.
There was something special about this Porsche Cayman. And if you guessed that it was LS swapped, you were right.
The wide body on that Cayman is sick. Okay.
It's getting hot in here. that's the boyfriend right here. She's like, no, bruh. That's my car, man. That's my car.
1,000 horsepower CTSV with the ramp to match. I love this car right here. Frankie, beautiful car, man. Hey, man. Beautiful. That SVJ. The V12, the distinct sound of the V12. You can never miss it, guys. That thing sounds crazy.
The SVJ sounded amazing when it was revving. So naturally, I asked the owner what exhaust was on it.
Hey, I gotta ask you, man, what exhaust is on this thing? What exhaust is on here?
But it was a secret.
It sounds amazing though, man. Hey, for sure. This is a beautiful spec on this SVJ. Absolute perfection. Blue Cephas in the sunlight is just crazy. There's just something about the Florida sun that just really makes the paint pop on these cars. Look at the carbon fiber, guys. Just glistening in the sunlight. Amazing, amazing spec on this SVJ.
As we made our way through the car show, we saw more unique cars, like this BMW Issetta 300. Some say that this BMW is the strangest BMW ever made. And that's because the Issetta is considered a microcar, coming equipped with a 300cc engine that produces a whole whopping 13 horsepower. The Issetta also weighs only 770 pounds, which is approximately 350 kilograms. And then there was this beautiful Buick Grand National, a true staple in the muscle car community, and recently brought on stage during Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance. It's always cool seeing cars that are now classics kept in such pristine condition. But then there was one car that I had to double back to see.
The spec on this Ford GT is absolutely insane, guys. Now, Ford GTs in general are truly American hypercars. The GT40 from the 60s, the GT40, the mid-2000s, I think, like the 05s, and these Ford GTs are just crazy cars. I believe these trade for potentially around $1 million. I don't know if it's the same now. I know it used to be, they used to trade for around $1 million. But when you look at the technology and just how cool this car is, it makes sense. Let's check it out. All of this exposed carbon on the door. I love how it says Ford underneath. It's true to the Ford heritage. One of the most beautiful cars Ford has produced, the Ford GT. All of this exposed carbon under here. Absolutely amazing. The interior is very minimalistic, but this is a driver's car, so it makes sense. And all of this exposed carbon throughout. Absolutely amazing car. The carbon fiber wheels, one of my favorite parts of the Ford GT, of course, are the carbon fiber wheels. Some really great cars out here today at Cars and Coffee. As we look this way, STO rolling out. Another beautiful day at Cars and Coffee Palm Beach. The weather is just perfect. A bunch of cars came out today to represent. Now, usually Cars and Coffee is sectioned off into like imports, domestics, antiques, exotics. But I think because the show is still new at this location, they kind of had all of the cars mixed in. And I actually prefer it that way a little bit, only because you get to see some really nice cars parked next to each other, something that you wouldn't really see at typical car shows. And I actually enjoy that a little bit more, because you could see a Type R next to a Lamborghini SVJ, or, you know, old school Viper next to a EVO, you know what I mean? So I think that was really cool seeing that here today at Cars and Coffee Palm Beach. As you guys can see, if you look around, the parking lot is clearing out. It's right around closing time at this point. The show starts at 8, ends at 12. It's right around 12 o'clock right now, so there's still some cars here in the parking lot, but the majority of cars have left already. Overall, 10 out of 10, would definitely recommend. If you guys have never been to Cars and Coffee Palm Beach, definitely check it out. If you're out of state, come down, check out Cars and Coffee Palm Beach. If you are in Florida, then it's definitely an event that you don't want to miss. It's a family-friendly event with just cool cars and beautiful weather. What more can you ask for? So that concludes our coverage of Cars and Coffee Palm Beach here today. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.